700 experiments. 2 days. 20 years of expertise beaten. 10 actionable insights. One massive debate. Karpathy opened it. 467 developers responded. Now it's your turn. A 630-line Python script ran 700 experiments in 2 days and found bugs that a 20-year AI expert had missed for years. The expert who built that script? Andrej Karpathy. The bugs it found? In his own work. His AutoResearch agent ran overnight on a model he'd spent decades tuning by hand. It found misconfigured weight decay on value embeddings, wrong atom betas, an overconservative attention window, things he'd walked past 1,000 times. If AI just outran 20 years of the world's best research intuition overnight, what exactly are those 20 years worth now? That question just split the developer community in half. And the answer depends on who you ask. Before we get to his playbook, you need to know who wrote it. Andrej Karpathy taught Stanford's most influential deep learning course. He co-founded OpenAI. He led the Autopilot vision team at Tesla, training neural nets on billions of real-world driving frames. He launched Eureka Labs. And he's one of the most respected AI educators alive. In March 2026, he sat down for a 66-minute interview on the No Priors podcast. And he laid out 10 principles for working with AI agents that are reshaping how developers think about their craft. Karpathy says something fundamental shifted in December 2025. His words, "I went from 80-20, writing code by myself, versus delegating to agents, to 2080. I don't think I've typed a line of code since December." That's not a gradual shift, that's a cliff edge. He describes spending 16 hours a day directing agents. Not writing code. Directing, he calls it expressing my will. He coined a term for this state. AI psychosis. The feeling that everything is possible, everything is unexplored, and you're falling behind if you stop for even a moment. So what exactly does his workflow look like? Here are his 10 principles. Principle 1. Think in macro actions, not lines of code. Peter Steinberger, the developer behind OpenClaw, runs 3 to 8 coding agents simultaneously in a 3x3 terminal grid. He assigns each one a distinct feature, reviews their outputs, and integrates. Stop thinking, here's a line of code. Start thinking, here's a whole new feature. Delegate it. Principle 2. When something fails, assume it's a skill issue first. Karpathy is blunt about this. It all kind of feels like skill issue when it doesn't work. The capability is almost certainly there. The problem is more likely your prompt, your instructions file, or your orchestration, not the model itself. Principle 3. Remove yourself as the bottleneck. You can't be there to prompt the next thing. Arrange your agent workflows so they're completely autonomous. Put in very few tokens occasionally, and a huge amount of stuff happens on your behalf. Maximize your token throughput by not being in the loop. Principle 4. Build muscle memory for agent orchestration. Like any new skill, managing agents takes deliberate practice. Learn to tile multiple agent instances. Develop a rhythm for assigning work and reviewing outputs, and recognize when to parallelize versus sequence tasks. Karpathy describes this as developing a muscle memory for the new workflow. Principle 5. Treat your agent instructions as tunable code. Your markdown instruction files are not static documentation. They're code you iterate on. Different instructions produce different behaviors. You can run variants, see which ones produce better outcomes, and let agents write better instructions based on what worked. Karpathy describes a future where research organizations are literally defined by their markdown files, and you can optimize over those files the same way you optimize hyperparameters. Principle 6. Replace bespoke apps with agent-driven API glue. Stop logging into 6 separate UIs. If your devices and tools expose APIs, a single agent can orchestrate across all of them and do things no individual app can. Karpathy unified his entire smart home into one WhatsApp-driven assistant called Dobby. Lights, HVAC, security cameras, pool, all controlled through natural language. The apps, he says, shouldn't even exist. Principle 7. Invest in persistent looping agent setups. Move beyond single interactive sessions. Set up agents that keep looping on your behalf, even when you're not watching. That's exactly what AutoResearch is. His agent ran 700 experiments overnight, with its own sandbox, evaluation criteria, and the ability to keep or discard changes autonomously. Shopify's CEO tried the same approach, 37 experiments overnight. A smaller model beat a larger one. He woke up to results that would have taken his team months. Wait, 91% of solo AI builders quit within 3 months. But not this group. Over 1,000 builders. Daily hangouts where you debug together. Weekly workshops that actually level you up. A full Agentic coding course. 72 lessons, 12 modules. From zero to shipping multi-agent systems. People share projects, brainstorm ideas, help each other in real time. This is where AI builders actually make it. Link in description, 10% off. Join us. Back to the video now. Principle 8. Understand that model improvements are jagged, not uniform. Karpathy describes it vividly. I simultaneously feel like I'm talking to an extremely brilliant PhD student who's been a systems programmer their entire life, and a 10-year-old. Models excel at verifiable tasks, but struggle with nuance, humor, and intent. Know the blind spots. Design your workflows around them, not through them. Principle 9. Write documentation for agents, not humans. Instead of building HTML guides for people, write Markdown for agents. If agents understand your codebase, they'll explain it to each human in their language, with infinite patience. I'm not explaining to people anymore, Karpathy says. I'm explaining it to agents. Principle 10. Focus your energy exclusively on what agents can't do. The things agents can do, they will soon do better than you. Your value is the irreducible creative insight, the taste judgment, the novel framing that agents can't yet produce. Everything else, hand it off. Now 10 principles from Karpathy are compelling. But do they hold up under scrutiny? In July 2025, a research group called METR ran a randomized controlled trial. 16 experienced open source developers, 246 real issues. The result? Developers using AI tools were 19% slower than those working without them. And those developers predicted they'd be 24% faster. After experiencing the slowdown, they still believed they were 20% faster. A 43 percentage point gap between perception and reality. 84% of developers now use AI coding tools. Only 52% report positive productivity impact. Review times are up 91%. AI-assisted codebases show more security vulnerabilities. One developer wrote, "If productivity is up 1000x now, where is all the new revolutionary software?" The most liked comment on Karpathy's interview, 120 likes, "The revolution is already here." Cool, what did you build? Sleepy time turns the lights off. This is where the debate gets personal. A developer with over 20 years of experience wrote, "I lost my many years of experience benefit. I lost my hobby of programming, my passion for it." Then there's the other side. A single mother of 3 wrote that AI agents let her build things she never could before. A 25-year veteran shipped a full production system in 2 weeks over Christmas, without writing a single line. Both sides have receipts. Neither is fully wrong. History offers a parallel. When ATMs arrived, bank tellers went from 300,000 to 600,000. They doubled. Then mobile banking arrived, teller count dropped to under 350,000. The first wave created jobs, the second wave ended them. Which wave are we in? So can you even trust what Karpathy is saying? He's honest about one thing most AI leaders won't touch. You have a huge amount of financial incentive with these frontier labs. There are certain things you can't say. In October 2025, 5 months before this interview, Karpathy called AI agents slop and said the models were not there yet. By March, he declared the era of manual programming over. A genuine change in evidence, or a man whose livelihood depends on adoption telling you to adopt? That tension is unresolvable, because the same conflict of interest applies to almost every major voice in AI. 10 principles from one of the most respected minds in AI. Hard counter evidence from controlled experiments. And a community split right down the middle. On one side, the future is here. Adapt or fall behind. On the other, show me the products, show me the evidence. Stop telling me about demos. So we're not going to pretend we have the answer. This one's yours. Are we in the ATM wave, where the technology creates more jobs than it destroys, or the mobile banking wave, where the real disruption comes from a direction nobody's watching? Drop your take in the comments.